Hey, it's Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and it's about 2 o'clock now, and I really wanted to stop and do this chart lesson a long time ago, and I probably should have. Just nothing happening today. All the movement, we had a nice channel working up. We had the break, moved to a new high, then we kind of corrected, and it looked like we were going to go higher, but we just been hung in this range, and it looks like a two-tiered range. Unless we get through here. If we get through here, I've got a target of just making a new high, so 74 and a quarter. I don't know if we're going to get through here or not, but we're struggling to go lower, but we're struggling just the same to go higher. I do see a possible little channel here with a break, but notice this low, first entry short, second entry short, it failed. So aggressively, you might have gone long there, seeing if it shoots back up. But and I will mark that one in green, but I think it's real aggressive. And when you didn't get through there on the next bar, and if we don't get through on this bar, then it's real suspect. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark it all the same, because aggressive trader is going to see that double test and probably want to go long right there. But when you've seen what we've got here all day and just no chance of much happening, I think it's a little risky. So. But let's talk about what I did see, because this is going to be quick and easy. Again, you got the channel working up, you get the break, you get two legs up to a new high. I don't really see any shorts yet. We're still above the EMA, so there's a chance this is a spike in channel. And it does look like there was a channel here, although we got a break, but maybe it's a two-tiered channel, and that's still a possibility. If you draw this right across here, bring this down, you do have a two-tiered channel here, so that is still a distinct possibility. I don't see enough price action to warrant me to want to trade that yet, but that's still a possibility. So if it does happen, it's going to, we're going to go higher in the next maybe hour and 15 minutes, because that's all we got left. So that's still a possibility, but we do have three bounces off of that right there. So we'll see. I'll go ahead and leave that there, just till we see what's going to happen, because you can see, and prices are trying to go higher here. And like I said, there is a failed second entry short, but with this thing being back in this channel and all that resistance there, I just think even an aggressive trader, it's kind of risky. But there it goes. We're headed that way, and we'll see what happens. So strong possibility that those traps don't fail very often. Especially if they're in the right context, and this one does seem to be. So we will see what happens. But notice this trade right here. The only reason I like this one is because we did have the new high and we had a failed second entry short. It reversed with a nice bar right there. Quick move up, and then again, prices are kind of rangy here looking, and you get this resistance up there, and then you come down here and you bounce right there. But that's a two-legged move down. On a smaller level, you would see a second entry long there, and it bounces right at that same place. At that time, everything's still a little bullish, even though we've had to break, because this is really too steep here. And so I still liked it to the long side. You had to ride this thing out, whether or not you would have stayed with it. Because I want to say you might have gotten out here by the time it touched it the third time or so, but again, notice this new low. We tried to go lower twice, so I liked going long there. But it didn't break till over here. And if you didn't go long, you probably wanted to wait and see if it came back and then turned up again. And so I liked going long there. So you actually could have gone long right here, but I think that one's too risky, because we got a much lower, and you can see that resistance coming across there, and this is where I would have had that line at the time. So this one's just way too close, but when you get the trap, just like you've got here, then you got to consider that. But notice how it took a while to break higher. This one didn't take very long to break higher. This one took about 3 bars, so it gets kind of risky. So I really went back and forth. I really wanted to make this one green. I think I'm going to change that one to green, because the fact that it took 3 more bars to break higher gives you congestion. The odds are it'll snap back before going higher. So I think you were better off to wait, although you could have gone long right there, because there is that little double bottom. There's a failed break lower, so it's a failed second entry short. Again, if it would have went right up on that bar and broke on higher, I would have liked it even more, but that didn't happen. So, um, but then we just got hung up here, and there's no reason to go long right here. It's too much overlap. So when it broke higher with that little trend line working down, I liked it for a trap to come back down to the low side again, and that's exactly what happens. And then it's just nothing worth entering in here. It's just congestion. And then until you get a little trap, and then again it's still aggressive because you're back in this channel, and you can see we're still getting resistance up there. We got to get through that before much of anything else is going to happen, and we just hadn't gotten through there yet. So um, I think that's real aggressive, and I just wasn't crazy about taking it. So uh, but that's it for today, and there's just not much going on. I'm going to move this back up here, and this one is the midpoint. You can't see it now because of but you can see the little lighter line right there. That's the midpoint. And right now we got a perfectly two-tiered um, trading range, and I like it just to, prices could stay in here or we could work higher. We'll just have to see what happens. It's just really been a slow, choppy day, and I should have quit after this move down. I wanted to quit, but I hung on just seeing if we might get something else, and just nothing much happened. So again, we may have this could be a spike and a two-tiered channel still working higher, or we could have just had a spike in the channel. We've had our break and we're trying to make a retest. So either way, it's late in the day, so just be real careful trading this stuff, and we will just wait and see what happens. Now we got another little turn down. Maybe they'll trap some more people, and this is, if it goes higher, it'd be similar to a breakout pullback long. But I'd be real leery entering right there. I just got to tell you, I'm not crazy about entering this thing unless we get some show of strength moving higher here. Everything in my gut tells me we're going higher, but as slow as this thing is today, it just may not happen. So we will see what happens. I'm going to wrap it up. Just going to be a quick, easy one today. I should have already done this and been done, but this is what you see, and this is what it's just one of those days where not much, unless you were trading early, not much happening. So this was the first trade I saw. Even being in here at 7 this morning, you can see 7 hit right about here on this move up, and I don't think you can go long on those other two. Just nothing much worth taking there. So, you don't even get a trade till 10 minutes into the open. That's how slow it's been. So I hope you had a good trading day. If you didn't take any trades, no big deal. No, and that's the point you got to get to, where you can sit here for hours and not take a trade, because on some days like this, there's just not much going on. And if you do enter, if you're not careful, you either get stuck. Even if you're on the right side, you might get stuck and just have to wait it out for, you had to wait these. If you entered anywhere across here, you just had to kind of wait it out. And if you entered on this one, you're just still waiting it out. Although you might want to exit and take what it'll give you. I mean, we could still go higher, but you could still be just waiting it out. So just not much else to talk about today. Hopefully we'll have a little better day tomorrow. So we'll be back to do it again tomorrow, but I'm going to wrap it up for today. This is Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.